the bottom of my heart. I see a lot of supporters that helped me on my campaign, and so I'm really thankful to see you all here again. And we have the lovely mayor here with us. Thank you for joining us. I'm just going to talk about my journey really quick. As you know, I was a provincial Liberal candidate for Mississauga Centre. I was one of the youngest in the party, and as I was paving my way in politics, I was always looking up for strong female leadership, and I think Bonnie embodies all of that. I think she's compassionate, I think she's strong, I think she's an experienced leader, and I think that's exactly what we need. I think that's exactly what Ontario needs. So I will make one request, and my request is please talk to your friends and your family. Get the word out, sign up members. That's the only way to win, is signing up members. Donate to the campaign. A well-funded campaign is a successful campaign, so we definitely need that. So without further ado, we have Bonnie Crombie.
Yeah!
Wow, that was impressive. What an articulate young woman, eh? Holy smokes. I'm going to come here so I can see all of you. Saleem Malik, Eid Mubarak. Thank you all for coming. I'm so sorry to keep you waiting so long. Honestly, I had a mayoral event that went a lot longer than I thought. And then when I was trying to leave everybody, picture, Bonnie, just one, just picture. Last one, promise, last one. I'm like, oh, it's hard to say no. But anyways, they were all super engaged and really excited, just like I'm excited. What an incredible room. I feel the vibe and the energy that we are together going to reinvigorate the Liberal brand and build back trust with Ontario. Yes? Yes. And we're going to fight in the next election. Now, like many of you who came here, many of you are newcomers to Canada. I'm not, but my parents and grandparents were, and they chose Canada for some of the same reasons that you did, because they saw an opportunity to build a better life. If not necessarily for them, then for their children, right? It was a place that hopes and dreams could live, and it would give everyone an equal opportunity to succeed, right? And that's the dream of Canada. But when I look around today, everyone doesn't have an equal opportunity to succeed. There are only some groups that are succeeding, and others are getting left behind. When I look at what's happening in our school systems, in our hospitals, with affordability to buy housing or a rental, or even to buy groceries for that matter. What I see with the damage being done with climate change, that no one's addressing it because they don't care. So when I ask myself what's needed, you know, I got asked last night at the debate, we were there last night, and they said, you know, you have a great job and you're well respected as mayor. Why do you want this job? You won't even get a salary. And I said to them last night, like I'm going to say to you today, because of all of you. Because of all of you, but particularly because of the youth. We have to build back opportunity, because there are so many young people here that won't share our dreams and visions because the price of a home will be out of reach. They can't even afford a rental that's available in downtown Toronto. When they go to school, they're overburdened with their tuition, and then they can't afford their rent, and they come out with heavy debt. Just like young families trying to buy a house, it's out of reach, right? And then we look at our hospitals. Overburdened, underfunded. Did the doctors and the nurses get the respect they deserved during COVID? Did they get the top-up COVID pay? Why do we have Bill 124? Oh my goodness. So much has to change. And then I look at our schools. Many of you have young children here. Well, not you guys, but many people have young children. How do they learn in schools with 30 children in a classroom? And this government is at war with teachers all the time. We have to fix that. These are our educators. We have to respect them. They're teaching our children. So between the affordability, the healthcare crisis, the damage being done to our schools and our children, our economy needs to thrive. I asked myself, what could I do? What do I bring to this equation? And for me, the answer was simple. I bring strong, steady leadership, experienced leadership. I run a $4 billion corporation. I know how to manage money. I've been told I'm a strong, fiscally responsible leader, but socially progressive. And I think that makes the difference. When you look at all the candidates, what is the difference? Because they're all great people and they all bring skills to the table. But The secret is we have to defeat Doug Ford in the next election.
Yeah.
And your responsibility is to choose the one person that you think can go head to head with Doug Ford so that we can come back and we can win the next election.
Yeah.
Woo! And you have to decide who that person is. And I will argue that I've got a little bit of passion, I think, determination, and the experience that's necessary. And I've gone head to head with him before. And I can see, maybe I make them a little bit nervous. So this is all a very, I'm seeing a lot of attacks on Twitter today that I didn't see a few months ago. So maybe I'm getting under their skin a little bit. So let me just tell you about me and what I stand for as a person, but as a liberal, because I've been a liberal since I've been younger than some of you, knocking on doors for other people, starting with Pierre the Father Trudeau. So I've been a liberal most of my life. I got involved, and I wanted to tell you about my family because you're all immigrants. We were too, from Poland. I see some Polish people back here as well. And my grandfather was the janitor at the Globe and Mail for 40 years. That was his job. You know, but my grandparents, I lived with my grandparents. Many of you have extended families, and I lived with mine as well. My mother and my grandparents. We lived in a rooming house in High Park. We didn't have holidays, you know. We didn't have a car. We didn't go out to dinner, but we had an amazing family. Whatever I lacked, I didn't know it. I just felt a lot of love, and they taught me hard work, value, and education, and that helped me succeed. But that won't help you succeed because it's almost out of reach. So liberalism, we have to reinvigorate the brand, build back trust with voters right across the province to tell them who we are. I believe the Liberal Party can win again. I believe the Liberal Party is a big tent that has room for everyone from all spectrums right across, because we have people on the right, on the left, and in the center. People from everywhere. I believe we're going to build back a strong economy. I believe in a single-tier universal healthcare system. I believe that we are going to have the best education system in all of North America. And because of the youth here, it's so important to them as it is important to me, we're going to fight climate change. So these are the things I stand for. And I hope that I've shown you or tried to demonstrate to you what I bring to the table. We are going to recruit great candidates. We have some here in the room. We're going to build a policy platform that will speak to all of Ontarians. We will not be a party of just urban seats. We have to speak to rural voters. This used to be our base, believe it or not. Rural voters used to be our base. We have to go up north. We have to speak to them. What are the issues that matter to them? And what about Francophonie Ontarians? We haven't covered any of those issues. We can't be simply a party of urban seats. We must speak to rural voters, northern voters, and Francophonie. So this is where you have my commitment, that we'll build a platform that will speak to everyone, and we will raise a war chest that we will fight these people. Because we all know who's donating. Who's donating? The same people that donated at the wedding and at the stag and doe, the people who are making the money, the people who are getting ahead while the rest of us are not. And those are the friends of the Premier, and we know that today. And that's what we're going to change, because we want to be sure that everyone can move ahead and that everyone has an equal opportunity to succeed. So I hope you will join me, because in the next election, we will defeat Doug Ford, and we will bring the province back on the right path.
Yeah.
Thank you.